Mr. Nosey by Walter Hargreaves. Mr. Nosey went to know about everything that was going on, as he was always trying his nose into other people's business. Mr. Nosey was a sort of person who, if he can't find out a locked door, can't resist running through the keyhole to see why the door's been locked. Mr. Nosey was a sort of person who, if he found an open letter addressed to somebody else, was simply had to order to see what was inside. Mr. Nosey was also the sort of person who, if he was reading a newspaper on the train, well, what's the matter with the paper on the person sitting next to him? Naturally, as y'all might want to imagine, Mr. Nosey wasn't very popular. You see, people don't like the way in which Mr. Nosey would pay complaints to their affairs. They didn't like it at all. But did I say Mr. Nosey pretty important? No, it didn't. Mr. Nosey lived in a funny, tall, thin house in a place called Tailtown. The people of Tailtown decided that Mr. Nosey was becoming much too nosy, so they decided to help me in and discuss what to do about him. We must find a way of stopping him being so nosy, said Mrs. Phelps, the town carpenter. That's what, said Mrs. Swanson, who wanted to tell Town wisely. He needs to be taught a lesson. If only there were a way of stopping him poking us and knows everything, said Mr. Blush the painter. And a small smile spread over his face. Listen, he said, now grinning, I have a plan. All his friends got around to listen to his plan. The following morning, Mr. Nosey was out walking along Tailtown High Street when he heard somebody whistling behind one of the closed doors. I wonder what's going on here, he thought to himself, and tiptoeing up to the door, he quietly opened it and peeped in. What a very wet paint was. One of the end of Mr. Nosey's nose, covered him with wet paint. Mamma mia, I am sorry, said Mr. Blush, who was painting outside the door. And poor Mr. Nosey had to go straight home and try to remove the wet paint. It was very difficult and very painful. Mr. Blush said to himself, the plan began. The following day, Mr. Nosey was walking past the laundry when he heard somebody laughing on the outside of the wall. I wonder what's going on here, he thought to himself, and stepping on tiptoe, he went over the wall. When a close bag went down Mr. Nosey's nose. Oh dear, I am sorry, said Mrs. Washer, who was saying that clothes was on the washing line on the outside of the wall. Poor Mr. Nosey. He removed the clothes bag and went out down the street when I was swimming sorry for himself and for his poor wet nose. Mrs. Washer said to herself, I think the plan's working. The next day, Mr. Nosey was going to pass the fence when he heard hammering. I wonder what's going on here, he thought to himself, and creeping very quietly at the end of the fence, he peeked round. Went the hammer, right at the end of Mr. Nosey's nose. Oh dear, I am sorry, said Mrs. Phelps, who was nodding up a little plank on the fence. And poor Mr. Nosey had to go home immediately to dispense his poor wet sore nose. Mrs. Phelps grinned a broad grin. I think the plan's working quite well. The following day, Mr. Nosey was walking in the woods when he heard somebody sawing wood. I wonder what's going on here, he thought to himself, and climbed up behind a tree. He was just about to pop from behind the tree when something occurred to him that, if he did, something very nasty might happen to his nose. So he went on his way without being nosy. Now behind the tree was always his hand, said Mr. Herd the farmer. And when he saw that Mr. Nosey got on his way without being nosy, he laughed, then laughed, then laughed. The plan worked. So Mr. Herd hurried into Tailtown to tell everybody. The plan really had worked, because after that, Mr. Nosey stopped being nosy and soon became very good friends with everybody in Tailtown. And that's the end of the story. Well, it's just to say that if y'all tend to be as nosy as Mr. Nosey used to be, well, y'all better expect one thing. A sore nose.